Virtually all of New Haven's factories had long since closed, and being selected by Outlaw for the gang was for some of them like winning an unexpected lottery. There was something irrepressible about Outlaw, a quality of complete self-possession when he talked to you. It was as if no one else in the world even existed. As Sterling Williams stood there, and Outlaw gripped his gun, wondering what he would do next, the night air was almost misty. The occasional car drove by on Church Street South, and there was the faint rumble of traffic from Interstate 95, a quarter-mile away. Outlaw and the Jungle Boys had been expecting a fight all day. Outlaw had heard earlier that day that Sterling Williams or someone like him might be visiting. There had been rumors flying around the jungle that there might be trouble coming from New York in the form of Jamaican gangsters looking to shoot, kill, and torture whatever was necessary to force themselves into new territory. Within the last year, the Jamaicans had taken over most of the drug trade in Bridgeport, a city 20 miles to the west. A few months earlier, in an opening salvo in their bid to dominate New Haven, they had killed a childhood friend of Outlaw's, a lone wolf drug dealer. The Jamaicans had shot him execution style, 5 bullets to the head, up at East Rock Park, at the top of a cliff that gloomily overlooks the entire city. The killing was interpreted by gangs in New Haven as largely symbolic, intended to send a message to the city that the Jamaicans were ready to take over. Earlier that day, one of the Jungle Boys had been playing rap music loudly on a boombox while proceeding down Liberty Street a few blocks from the jungle. A young Jamaican with dreadlocks had accosted the member of the Jungle Boys and told him to turn off the music. The Jungle Boy, trained to be on the offensive, had taken a pistol out of his pocket and smacked the Jamaican with the butt of the gun repeatedly until he crumpled to the pavement. Blood already beginning to drip from his face, the Jamaican had uttered, "We're going to fuck all of you guys up. We're gonna kill Juneboy." This encounter prompted a chain reaction of events, conducted with the high efficiency with which the Jungle Boys, now 3 years in operation, conducted their business. Outlaw was paged by his second-in-command and protege, Ricky, who helped run the gang while Outlaw was out of town. Outlaw was in Harlem that day, ostensibly on business, but also pleasure. He was procuring cocaine, the lifeblood of the Jungle Boys, kilos of it, from the Albanian intermediaries with whom Outlaw had been buying for years. But he'd also been partying there, on 125th Street in particular, taking advantage of the clubs and women and clothing boutiques that he had begun to frequent as the Jungle Boys had grown in power and resources. Ricky told Outlaw to come back to New Haven immediately. They needed his help. Driving one of the 40 cars that the Jungle Boys now maintained back home, he had pulled up to the jungle 15 minutes before Sterling Williams appeared. Now, Sterling Williams stepped even closer toward the group of Outlaw's boys and repeated, "I am looking for Juneboy." Outlaw was on alert, but he wasn't particularly anxious. He wasn't generally an anxious person, but he gripped the handle of the gun in his pocket harder. One of his underlings, a slim 18-year-old looking to work his way up in the gang, said, "I'm Juneboy." Outlaw liked that. It gave him cover. That's what he had trained his guys to do. And it allowed Outlaw to get closer to Sterling Williams without Williams being aware. Outlaw moved within 5 feet of Sterling Williams so that he could see his dark face through the night shadows. Williams was wearing a baseball cap backward and had long dreadlocks. Sterling Williams said, in a lilting Jamaican accent and to the wrong guy, "I'm going to fuck you up. I'm going to take over your gang. I'm from New York, and I'm going to kill all of you, and I'm going to kill Juneboy." Outlaw was shocked at the man's sheer and utter recklessness.